Hi, book 2. It's Mother's Day, so I thought I would do the Tale of Genji. It's from the Helen Craig McCullough's translation, and today I'll just talk about the Tale of Genji, not Heipei. Next week I'll talk about Heipei. It took place in the Heian period, which is a dynasty in China during 794 to 1185, and it's named after the capital city, Hankyo, which is called Kyoto today. And this is the period where Buddhism, Taoism, and Chinese influences were at their highest. And this book, the original Tale of Genji, was written by Murasaki Kyogo. She lived around 973 to 1014. And we don't know her actual real name, just a nickname, which in English means purple ceremonial, which could be a nickname related to her family. And she was part of the Fujiwara clan, which is one of the highest ranking clans in Japan at that time. And the unabridged version of Tale of Genji is 54 chapters long. And in Japan, in the original language, it would be 5 complete volumes. The title, it could either be Tale of Genji or Tales of Genji, which Genji is also the clan that he's from. Japanese, they invented their own writing system, so their own script during this time. So they invented their hiragana and katakana. They stopped using only the Chinese characters. The Tale of Genji, the focus is actually on human relationships and all the different forms that love can exist. So they have the love of friendships and just romantic love in a variety of different forms. All of the romantic relationships center around the main character, which is Genji. By today's standards, his love would actually be very questionable. He loves basically his aunt by marriage. They're not related by blood or anything, which is a little bit questionable because she's a lot older than he is, and also basically his principal wife, he found her when she was really young, and he actually raised her with the intention of her growing up to become his wife when she was old enough to get married. Which of course raised another ethical question that we would ask today is it right to kind of groom your own wife? That's kind of unusual and it's kind of odd. The way they treat it in the book is it would be odd as well, but that also can raise a different question where when you have a family, when you have a father and mother and they raise their own child with the intention of one day letting them go to get married and live their own lives. But there's social customs that we have and there's ideals that we want, so we incorporate those ideals into our own children. Just naturally. He's crossing a line. Not only is he crossing a line because of age barriers, but he's maybe crossing a line because of he's overstepping his bounds. He's taking away the role of a parent, and he's taking that role by himself, and it's just intriguing. In the book, they do mention Murasaki. She does have a lot of troubles with Genji. She feels that there's like a loss of freedom. She feels something is not right also. So she feels trapped. So there is a similarity between Murasaki's feeling of being trapped and an arranged marriage, but there's some differences as well, and it's interesting to ponder those differences. Also, by Genji marrying someone who's so much younger than her, he's also crossing the line into time, because Murasaki, she's so young, should be destined to marry someone in a different generation than herself. So he's kind of taking a bride that should belong to a different generation. So his love actually crosses generations. But of course they waited until she's not a child anymore. They waited until she's an actual adult before they got married. And then the last point is actually chapter 2, the broom tree. It's really comical. It's medieval or ancient men's locker room talk, where they talk about what would the ideal wife be? She would be able to do, in Japan, she would be able to be a really good calligrapher, and she would be intelligent and beautiful, or she would be really docile but still really smart or not smart. So they, in the Broom Tree, they go through a whole bunch of really almost entertaining and comical and also philosophical discussions about what is the perfect wife, and they all have a different opinion on that, which is a really interesting chapter to consider. Okay, so that's all. Thanks, BookTube. Happy Mother's Day.